What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Wednesday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. The Chiefs offense is unmatched with Patrick Mahomes behind center. Another crazy PFF stat proving why Mahomes is just that guy. Plus, we got some not-so-good news from practice on the field today. One player carted up to the locker room while the former rugby star watches from the sidelines. The latest headlines, pressers, and content coming from Chiefs Kingdom, all coming your way here in just a little bit. But first, give us a like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel, and let's get into it. All right, just one more day of training camp left at Missouri Western State University. The Chiefs wrapping up day 18 this morning up in St. Joe. Now, tomorrow's going to be the final day of camp. If you plan on heading up, just make sure you do so a little bit early. It's actually going to be open to the public, but practice starts an hour early, and it's going to end a little earlier than usual. We'll get you the latest updates, though, coming out of today, so you can be all prepped before you head up tomorrow. Now, one key injury happened on the practice field today. Offensive tackle Jawaan Taylor was carted off the field. ESPN's Adam Teicher first reported this, followed by ESPN's Adam Schefter, who then tweeted out Taylor suffered a shoulder injury at today's practice. One source said the team is not overly concerned at this time. Now, upon further investigation, Taylor did leave in the front seat of the golf cart on his ride up to the locker room, which sounds a heck of a lot better than being carted off the field. Taylor started every single game last season for Kansas City. After leaving practice today, Lucas Niang filled in at the right tackle position. All right, other notable injuries. Today, Rees-Zammit came down the hill to practice without pads or a helmet on. The former rugby star was then spotted on the sidelines working with trainers. Now, along with Hollywood and LRZ, no helmet for defensive tackle Chris Jones, offensive tackle Wanye Morris, or wide receiver Jaron Hayek on Wednesday. Now, Jones is still not working due to a shoulder injury, while Hayek is also dealing with a shoulder setback as well. Morris, who practiced yesterday, is dealing with a bone bruise on his knee. Now, safety Brian Cook and running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire were both absent for the third straight day. CEH dealing with illness, according to the team, while Cook is out due to personal reasons, like having a baby. Now, on that note, let's bring in some guy who was on the field. He wasn't working, but he was there. Well, he was working for us. Tucker Franklin now joins us from up at camp in St. Joe. What did you see this morning, Tuck?
Another day of practice in the books for the Kansas City Chiefs up here in St. Joseph, Missouri, the penultimate practice. And let me give you the highlights from it. I don't want to hold you any longer. Let's start with the highlights here. First clip, we are going to look at this no-look pass. You're going to look at this. Patrick Mahomes not going to look when he throws the ball to Mecole Hardman here. He's been breaking out the no-look pass a whole lot this camp. Love to see it. Love to see him do these trick plays. Next, let's keep it with the same team session. Carson Wentz drop in dimes to Montrell Washington right here as he hauls it in for a touchdown. Carson Wentz may be the best backup quarterback the Chiefs have had in the Patrick Mahomes era. He's been playing incredibly well this camp. Let's keep it moving here and hit the 7-on-7 period as I've got this perfect pass from Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce. You've seen this before. You'll see it again. You'll keep seeing it during the season. Love to see these two guys connect. Let's get to some red zone team session. Yesterday, the boys worked on some red zone. Today, they're working on more red zone. Mahomes made things happen in the red area. First, let's get to Justin Watson. We went up to the penthouse with Justin Watson. Little back shoulder ball to him here. He comes down with it. 4-6. Love to see that. Couple of Mahomes magic plays right here as well. First, he finds Rashee Rice in the back of the end zone after scrambling a little bit. And then a rollout play here too. You guessed it. Justin Watson for another touchdown. All right, that's going to do it for me up here in St. Joe. Only one more day left of Chiefs training camp up at St. Joe. We'll have you covered at KC Sports Network. Follow us on Twitter at KC Sports Network. Also, like and subscribe to this video. It's your best way to get every single highlight that we tweet out in this video wrapped up for you in 10 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and send it back to Hayley so you can get more Chiefs news daily.
All right, 6 stepping to the podium this morning after practice concluded. We got a lot to roll through. Some assistant coaches talking along with the assistant GM. In the full presser, we hear from special teams coordinator Dave Tobe, defensive backs coach Dave Merritt, defensive line coach Joe Colin, offensive line coach Andy Heck, wide receivers coach Connor Embry, and assistant general manager Mike Borgonzi. Here are the key sound bites you need to know.
Too aggressive. We were running. You got to go down. It's way different now. Like, you got to just go down there and build a wall, kind of. Build a wall just like a defense would. It's the same thing. You can't afford to have two guys running, one guy running right, one guy running left, because that thing will pop you. we had a couple guys over pursue and out of position, and the kid did a great job returning. I mean, it was an unbelievable return on that first one against good players.
Consistency in practice, consistency in technique, as well as consistency in understanding and knowing the calls. So you can feel when a guy is ready to take over and just take it. Not saying that he's going to be clean in everything that he does, but once you see a guy consistently day in and day out, all right, not having the big lows, the big drops, you know that, hey, this guy may be ready to go. And so, but again, we have a great thing going here because, the Fab Five, all those guys have played a lot. And so with 35 and 2, Josh and Jalen, either guy that goes in there and start for us, you have to understand, we normally play 6 DBs on the field, all right, sometimes 5, because the NFL puts out 3 wide receivers, and so both the guys are starters anyway. So we're really just talking about base personnel when it's just 2 wide receivers in the game.
Well, I know, obviously, Chris, had a great training camp up to the point he got nicked up. He'll be back, but Turk Wharton has had a dominating training camp, just strong, he's physical, love where he's at. And getting Mike Purnell back was really big. And he's done a great job in training camp. He's just so big and physical in there at the point of attack. But they're really developing. Neil Farrell has done some good things, just has to be more consistent. And then we'll get Nadi back, and the young guys have really worked hard.
So it's definitely taking shape. But as you mentioned, there's a lot of work yet to be done, 2 more preseason games. And so guys still have an opportunity to step up and carve out a role. I would say at this point, nobody's got anything locked down. When you talk about your swing interior guys, I mean, we got a really good battle going on there with Norzad and Caliendo. And then at the tackle spots, Wanye and Lucas both have started games. They're capable of being starters. So what is their role going to be? It's not yet been determined.
I think it's just like anything else. After doing it for a year, you kind of know what to expect. Everything last year was new because it was my first time doing it. Now I know what to expect.
I've been impressed with, just some of the guys being thrown right in there. Kingsley especially, playing left tackle as a rookie in the NFL is not an easy job. And, he's going to go through his ups and downs. But just as far as, he's coachable, the consistency with him. All the rookies really. Jaden's kind of made an impact early on. You saw that in the game, and you saw it out here in practice, and that's kind of carried over to what we saw at Washington State. I think you're hopeful that what you see on film is what comes out here in practices, and so far, those 2 guys are standing out to me.
Let's hit the socials. A buddy of mine at PFF actually texted me this stat this morning. I want to share it with you, so check this out. This is how the Chiefs' offense ranks in EPA per play with Mahomes as QB. Now, EPA is a measure of success which defines the value of each play by the effect it has on the offense's likelihood to score. PFF explains that for every play, EPA is attributed equally to both teams, and the metric is fairly reliable at identifying the best teams in football. So let's take a look at the Chiefs' EPA with Mahomes under center. This is the postseason and the regular season included. The Chiefs ranking first or second in the entire NFL from 2018 when Mahomes took over as a starter through the 2022 season. The only outlier is last season, which the Chiefs ranked 12th. That stat is absurd, truly proving how impressive Mahomes is and how valuable he is here in Kansas City. Alrighty, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. As always, make sure you like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. You know it. We will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and have a good one.